I get really shy when I'm speaking English and when I'm doing interviews. I don't think people realize like how nervous I am inside, and like I'm actually literally shaking inside. But yeah, try to keep it cool.
I think it's the best compliment that you can give someone.
That I like them.
That's pretty good.
I don't like anyone, so. I don't like anyone. I'm excited and nervous.
How do we do Marmite?
Okay, it's toast to the right crisp amount with what's the butter that I love? Okay, we forgot.
This is the question. Yeah, everyone's like, what's the butter?
Spread butter and just a tiny, teeny bit of a Marmite on top, like.
One of the biggest pop stars on the planet, sitting there shaking with nerves, and instead of feeling bad for her, half the internet is calling her a fake. That's Jennie from Blackpink right now. And the accusation against her is brutal. That she got lazy, that she stopped dancing.
I get super lazy when I'm working a lot.
That she traded the music for money, cranked up the sex appeal, and turned herself into one big advertisement while her fans paid hundreds of dollars to watch her stand still on stage. Basically, that she sold herself out, and it went so far that people started spreading some really dark rumors about how she got to the top. So today, we're getting into all of it. What she did, what's actually true, and whether she deserves any of this. Let's go. Let's start with the thing that kicked it all off, the dancing. Back in 2017, Jennie was a monster on stage. Sharp, full energy, hitting every move. Nobody was calling her lazy back then, but around 2018, something changed. The fire went out and fans noticed. They started posting side-by-sides, tour after tour, showing Jennie barely moving while the other girls went all in. Then they found the clips that really set people off. Jennie at a party the night before, jumping around full of life. Then the very next night, on stage, stiff and bored, same girl, one day apart, and that's the whole case against her right there. If she can dance all night at a party, the energy exists. So when it vanishes the second the choreography starts, people say that's not an injury. That's someone who stopped caring. But here's where it turns from lazy into sold out. Because right as the dancing dropped off, her whole image flipped. The cute girl group concept was gone. Suddenly was revealing outfits, sensual stages, a much more grown-up, much more sexual brand. And to the critics, that lined up a little too perfectly. Less effort on the dancing, way more effort on the sex appeal, like she'd figured out she could get more attention with her body than with her performance, and just leaned all the way in. And that's the real reason people say she's sold out. Because the girl who used to pour everything into the music now seemed to pour it into her image, her brand deals, and being the most talked about woman in the room. The Chanel ambassador, the Calvin Klein campaigns, the face on every magazine. She became a walking billboard and the R got left behind. Now is that fair? We'll get to her side, but this is the shift that turned fans against her. Because Jennie's side has always been that she wasn't lazy. She was her.
That's when it stops being a one-time thing and starts becoming a problem. Fast forward to the Born Pink tour, and if you're a fan or on Kpop Twitter, you already know what I'm about to say. The tour was a mess. Videos of all of the members, aside from Lisa, went viral for, you guessed it, being out of sync, standing still or forgetting to perform. I'm telling y'all, every Blackpink member was under fire during this tour. But the criticism was especially strong towards Jennie, because this is not the first time this has happened. It got to a point where Jennie herself had to address her stamina issues in a podcast with Dua Lipa in 2023.
I would constantly hurt myself during performances and lives compared to other girls. And it was just a stressful thing in my life. I'm like, there we go. I fell again. Like I tripped over again. And like I realized that even though I had the training days, that was more about I need to be good at dancing, not how do I keep myself safe and healthy while I'm, doing this.
So she's saying she was trained to look good, never trained to protect her own body, and kept getting hurt. And when you hear that, it's genuinely hard not to feel for her. But the critics don't buy it for a second. Their argument Injuries happen to every performer and most idols push through. With Jennie, they say the bad ankle only ever shows up when the choreography gets hard and never when she's dancing at an after party. To them, it's a convenient excuse. So she's saying she was trained to look good, never trained to protect her own body, and kept getting hurt. And when you hear that, it's genuinely hard not to feel for her. But the critics don't buy it for a second. Their argument? Injuries happen to every performer and most idols push through. With Jennie, they say the bad ankle only ever shows up when the choreography gets hard and never when she's dancing at an after party. To them, it's a convenient excuse. And this is where people get really angry. Because concerts are not cheap, fans save up, they travel, they pay hundreds of dollars to see their favorite give it everything. So when they show up and feel like they're watching someone who doesn't want to be there, it stings. And then came the lip-syncing accusations on top, people saying she wasn't even really singing live. At her Roskilde Festival show, it all came out at once. Barely sang, barely danced, and the outfit got dragged too. To a lot of fans, that's the betrayal, not one bad night, the feeling that they're being taken for granted by someone they made famous. But hold on, because it's genuinely not that simple. And this is the part the haters skip. First, the double standard is real. Even other fans call it out.
Calling out and pointing out double standards in K-pop because I can. When Twice give nothing on stage, some onces suddenly go blind and start writing whole essays defending it. But the second Jennie has one low energy moment, y'all act like she committed a crime and drag her for months. The switch up is actually insane. Some of y'all only care about stage presence when it's an idol you already hate.
The whole group gets called low energy, but the hate lands hardest on Jennie every time. So how much of this is really about dancing and how much is just people who already decided they don't like her? Then there's the industry. These idols are pushed way too hard. Jennie is constantly flying between Paris, America, Korea, and Japan, one performance after another, training non-stop on strict diets that leave her underfed for energy. So the idea that she's genuinely exhausted isn't crazy, it's likely. And watch her in interviews, and it's the same story. That shaking inside clip from the start, that's not a cold diva who thinks she's above everyone. That's a girl who's anxious and overwhelmed. Put it next to her saying her body sometimes just won't work, and a different picture forms. Not lazy, just pushed too hard for too long. And here's the one nobody talks about. In K-pop, the company tells the members how to act. On one show, management coached each girl's personality, and Jennie was reportedly told to hold back, don't do too much, just be cool, and have an attitude. So if she seems distant, ask yourself, did she choose that, or was she built that way? And this is where it gets ugly, because as she got bigger, the rumors got nastier. The worst one is that she slept with rich men to get famous. So let me be crystal clear. There is no proof of that. None. It floats around anonymous forums and gossip accounts during fan wars, and that's it. And honestly, it doesn't even make sense because Jennie was talented and connected enough that she never needed to. It's the kind of thing people throw at any successful woman to take her down. So we're not treating it as fact because it isn't one. Then there's the sexualization debate. Supporters say she's a grown woman who can wear what she wants, and that's true. But the counterpoint is hard to argue with. K-pop fans are young. A lot of them are literal kids. So when your audience is full of children and your image keeps getting more adult, people start asking who exactly that's for. The defense is creative freedom. The critics say when it's constant, it stops being art and starts being about attention. And then in 2025, she got hit with something completely different, a political accusation. Claims went around online that Jennie visited Israel and that she supports Israel during the conflict with Palestine. And for a lot of fans, that was a serious line to cross. But here's what actually happened, as far as anyone can tell. Jennie has a global deal with Adidas. And regional branches of big companies sometimes repost the global campaign on their own accounts. An Adidas Israel account shared promo images from her global campaign, and some people took that as Jennie personally endorsing Israel. The thing is, that's not really how these deals work. A celebrity signs one global contract. They don't choose which country's account reposts what. So whether you think she should speak on it or not, the idea that she personally picked that is a stretch. It's a real controversy and people feel strongly on both sides, but the facts are messier than the headline made it sound. And by this point, she genuinely can't win. Every little thing she does gets read as proof she's cold and stuck up. That's her getting swarmed by paparazzi in France, and people were split even on that. Some said just smile and give them a photo, you're rich and famous, but watch it. She's not being nasty. She's asking for a bit of space, which anyone would. But that's the trap she's in now. Even asking for room to breathe gets turned into her being a diva. So did Jennie sell herself out? Here's the honest answer. If you mean did she get lazy and stop giving fans their money's worth, it's not simple. She probably did lose some motivation, but she was also genuinely injured, genuinely overworked, and genuinely trained by her company to do less. All of that is true at once, but if you're asking why people lost respect for her, it's not one bad ankle. It's the whole picture. It's watching someone who used to light up the stage slowly become a brand that seems more comfortable in a photo shoot than in front of the fans who made her. And maybe the saddest version of this is the one where it's not even her fault, where a company took a talented girl, worked her until she had nothing left, told her to hold back, cranked up her image, and turned her into a product. Because if that's what happened, then Jennie didn't sell herself out. She got sold, and she's still the one taking all the hate for it. So what do you think? Is she just not trying anymore? Or is she the biggest victim of a system that uses people up and throws them away? Tell me in the comments. I read all of them, and I'll see you in the next one. And by this point, she genuinely can't win. Every little thing she does gets read as proof she's cold and stuck up.
Wait, from New York.
Wait, turn off. If we sign, can you leave us alone?
Yes, of course. I promise you.
Okay, one more.
Okay, sign my brother from New York.
Can I please have my day?
Yes,
Okay, turn. Don't film right now. Don't film right now.
Okay. If you guys
We'll show sign for you. Just don't
stop very
Stop. Just one.
Hey, you're gonna sell these though.
That's not
but-
true. It's from New York. It's a real
Sign
fan.
this one first.
please.
He's a real fan. He's from New York. It's my brother. Thank you so much. Just one, Jennie. Just one for me. One for me. Please, Jennie.
T'as déjà signé.
Jennie, just last one. Last one.
Can I have my day?
Okay.
Please, can I have my day?
Just last.
That's her getting swarmed by paparazzi in France, and people were split even on that. Some said just smile and give them a photo, you're rich and famous, but watch it. She's not being nasty. She's asking for a bit of space, which anyone would. But that's the trap she's in now. Even asking for room to breathe gets turned into her being a diva. So did Jennie sell herself out? Here's the honest answer. If you mean did she get lazy and stop giving fans their money's worth, it's not simple. She probably did lose some motivation, but she was also genuinely injured, genuinely overworked, and genuinely trained by her company to do less. All of that is true at once, but if you're asking why people lost respect for her, it's not one bad ankle. It's the whole picture. It's watching someone who used to light up the stage slowly become a brand that seems more comfortable in a photo shoot than in front of the fans who made her. And maybe the saddest version of this is the one where it's not even her fault, where a company took a talented girl, worked her until she had nothing left, told her to hold back, cranked up her image, and turned her into a product. Because if that's what happened, then Jennie didn't sell herself out. She got sold, and she's still the one taking all the hate for it. So what do you think? Is she just not trying anymore? Or is she the biggest victim of a system that uses people up and throws them away? Tell me in the comments. I read all of them, and I'll see you in the next one.